What's up, guys? I hope you had a great time practicing. I hope you haven't quit yet. And yeah, let's keep it going. Now, we went through how to connect modes 1 through 4, but I want to reiterate just a little bit more so you can get it in your head and make it a little more easier for you to not think about what you're doing. But it'll take time, but if you understand how to connect using the patterns, then it'll be a whole lot easier. So we're going to go through 1 through 4 again, but using the patterns to get it into your head to make it more easier for you to do soloing with the modes. Now, like I said before, if you have not learned mode 1 through 4 yet, here is the link here to go back to number 1 in the series so that you can learn your modes. If you are messing up on a certain mode, that means you still need to spend time on that mode, connecting them 1, 2, 3, and 4 until you can get it down packed. Do not move on until you can connect all 4 modes. It might take you some time. This is not a marathon, okay? Just take your time. Pretend that you're in a marathon all by yourself. You're not competing with other people. All right, so now the patterns, as I was saying before, is the 3 big stretches, the index finger patterns, and the ring finger patterns. There's always going to be 3 big stretches. There's always going to be 2 index finger patterns, and there's always going to be 2 ring finger patterns. Forever. That's it. Now, how are we going to put this together on the guitar and remember it? All right, so every second string lets you know what patterns you're going to play next. The first strings could be random at any time. So let's go through mode 1 first. Mode 1 was what? Let's start in pattern G major pattern. And we're going to do G major, which is pattern 1. You already memorized pattern 1. You know that it's the 2 big stretches first. So what comes after the big stretches is the 2 index finger patterns. What comes after the 2 index finger patterns is the 2 ring finger patterns. But you have to go to the warp zone on B string and go down 1 because you know it the B string it changes. So you have to skip down 1. So you're going to skip down 1 and do the ring finger patterns. So anytime that you have the ring finger patterns coming up from the bottom, you're going to go down 1 and then you're going to do the index finger patterns, always 2 of them. And then what comes up behind the 2 index is you're going backwards. So then there's the big stretches. And if we had more strings, then it would have been another big stretch. And then it would have been a ring finger pattern, and then so on and so forth. Infinity, okay? So now we're going to go to pattern 2, which is where have a whole step up. And this is going to be pattern 2. Pattern 1 always starts on pattern 1. Pattern 2 always starts on 2. So pattern 2 would be 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6, 7. It's a big stretch. So what comes after another big stretch? 2 more big stretches. So you have 3 big stretches. 1, 3. And then what comes after the big stretch is the 2 index finger patterns. But you have to account for the warp zone here. So this, you'll go down 2 because normally if you were up here, you would only go down 1. So being that you're in a warp zone, you have to go down 2 because you're going down an extra note. And you have 2 index finger stretches. So if you're going backwards, it's 2 index finger stretches. Go down, and it's 3 big stretches. And then 1 index finger stretch. 1 ring finger stretch. So with pattern 2, the reason why we skip down 2 stretches at the bottom, 2 notes at the bottom, is because you have to account for the warp zone down here. Because normally if you was up here and there were 2 index finger stretches, then you would only have to do 1, skip down 1. But being that you're in the warp zone, you have to skip down 2 frets because of the 2 index finger patterns are shorter. So with that being said, if I was here at 1, and here is the end of 1, then you slide down your pinky and you will be in 2, mode 2 right here. So being that you're already in mode 2, then you know what comes after the index finger patterns. You can remember it's the 3 big stretches. Okay, now on to mode 3. You're gonna go up a whole step to mode 3, and on number 3 you're gonna play mode 3. So mode 3 is 3, 4, 5, which is the 2 index fingers, and then 6, 7, 1, which is the 2 pinky ring fingers. So you're on the 2nd string. Once you're on the 2nd string, you should know what comes after the next. You should already know up here, but learning the patterns will make it easier for you to know what comes next. So if you're playing mode 3, then the ring pattern comes, and then what comes next is always 2 ring patterns. So what comes after the 2 ring patterns is the 3 big stretches. Apply for the warp zone, and then you go back up. So it should be easy to remember once you hear 2 ring finger stretches, 2 ring finger patterns, 3 big stretches. Alright, so now we are at pattern number 4, which is a half step up. Pattern number 4 is going to be 4, 5, 6, and then 7, 1, 2. What comes after the 2 index finger pattern is another index finger pattern. So you got 2 index finger pattern. So this is 4. And when you get on the 2nd string, you should already know what comes next. And what comes after the index, the pinky ring patterns. And apply for the warp zone. And then comes the big stretch. And you go back up. So if you can remember that after a big stretch is always the 2 index finger patterns. after the 2 index finger patterns, it's always the pinky ring finger patterns. Always. No way around it, okay? So no matter what key, no matter what key or mode you're in, the patterns are the same. There's always these 3 patterns that you use. There's no other patterns but these. So memorize these in your head so that you can get it, and it'll be easier to play these modes and memorize the modes. I hope this was helpful for you. This is just a refresher in how to learn the modes a bit quicker, again, because you have to get it in your head. Please, if you have any questions, leave them below. If you've made progress and want to show what you have done, leave your link below so that I can see it. And in the next video, I'm going to show you mode 5. So stay tuned for mode 5 so that you can move along, because we're after mode 5, we are basically halfway through. And you only have 2 more modes to go after that. And you have basically mastered the major scales. But you have to keep practicing in order to really get it. All right, I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.